This is day 5 of the 2018 FIBA U18 America's Championship, live from St. Catharines, Ontario, right here in the Meridian Center. Chile up against Panama. I'm Reese Dumani. This is Joe D'Agostino. We'll start with Chile. They lost a heartbreaker yesterday to Puerto Rico, 68-65, and one of the best games we've seen from Chile all tournament.
I think it was the best game of the tournament, and overall, just so disappointing for Chile because they played so well. Puerto Rico is such a great offensive team, under 70 points. It was definitely heartbreaking for Chile not to pick up the win. We saw from Varela Arroyo after the game, just in tears, knowing how important that game was to qualify for the World Cup. But the thing is, there's still games to be played. Today against the Panama team that even though they haven't had the best record, they haven't had the best performances, you never know in a situation like this. We saw in the previous game, Dominican Republic and Ecuador. Ecuador clearly mismatched, but they were competitive for 3 quarters before that game was pulled away. We'll see if we can see a little bit of that today in this game. And
it was the size difference. One of the differences in that contest as we're taking a look at the teams getting introduced here to the Meridian Center crowd. Panama also not the tallest team in the world, whereas Team Chile have a little bit more size than they do.
Especially from a guy like Maxwell Lloyd, their best player, averaging a double-double in this tournament so far. He needs to be aggressive, he needs to be strong, he needs to get in the paint. I know he can shoot a little all over the court, but he needs to make sure that he's making most of his money in the paint today.
And one thing we pointed out before we came live on the broadcast is there's been 3 guys for Team Chile that have been logging minutes and scoring a lot of points: Arroyo, Rubio, and Lloyd.
And that's their team. That's where they're going to make all their baskets. That's who's going to get everyone else involved. If those players play well, it's going to be good news for Chile.
First the national anthems and then tip-off.
The teams will follow international basketball.
5 minutes to go until we get game 2 of day number 5 underway between Team Chile and Team Panama. The winner of this contest will go on to face the Dominican Republic for 5th place tomorrow afternoon. The loser will meet Team Ecuador for 7th and 8th seeding, are what these games are all about. But The crowds haven't been the biggest here at the Meridian Center, but when Team Chile has been playing, it's been pretty loud.
And I think second to Canada, really, they have had the best crowd. And it was so disappointing because you knew they had so much on the line yesterday. It was a heartbreaking way to end the day for Chile. But here's an opportunity to bounce back, have a little bit of redemption, play a good game of basketball. You're still representing your country. And for Chile, taking on a Panama team, you can't underestimate them because, you know, this is a game for Panama. Obviously disappointing against Canada yesterday. They can have an opportunity to maybe get things going.
Here's starting five for Panama: Andrade, Lopez, Lombardo, Gunn, and Zephyrin. Who stands out for you?
I think three players, Lombardo, Andrade, and I would say Gunn, because they're really the guys who get things going offensively. They just need to be smart with their decision-making on the offensive side.
And there's Team Chile's roster. A couple guys, Arroyo, he's their captain. He's the one that took that three-point shot to end the game yesterday, was unable to get it going. Do you look for another great effort from him today?
Well, I think for Varela, he's a great player, averaging 10 points in this tournament, 7.3 rebounds and 7.5 assists. He's almost nearing a triple-double every single game. He's been incredible for them. A guy like Kevin Rubio, a lot of energy. He shoots the ball well. I think he brings a lot to Chile, especially going against a team like Panama.
See a head coach of Panama, David Rosario, definitely looking for more from his club. They fell to Team Canada last night in the quarterfinals. Whereas on the other side, it was Team Chile. We always mention that heartbreaking loss to Team Puerto Rico, and a little bit of controversy after that game.
And I think one thing that's so important in situations like this is it didn't go your way yesterday, but you have a game today. This is an opportunity to show some character. Play hard, hustle, be good at what you've done and what got you in that game against Puerto Rico. So for Chile, an opportunity to kind of right a wrong and play a good game of basketball.
Plus Team Chile, they were the best team coming out of South America as well.
And one of those players that really made Chile so great was Maxwell Lorca-Lloyd. And he spoke yesterday a little bit on what it meant to play for Chile, especially with the crowds being so loud for them.
Thank you for all the support, because it's helped us a lot. It means a lot to us. And we still got games, and we're going to do our best to win those games.
If they haven't been loud here, they've been loud back in Chile. Games for them being broadcasted nationally there. So the fan support all around for this young group of talented young athletes, and they've played great basketball. We haven't seen the greatest basketball from Panama, but we expect them to step up here in this game today.
And I think one thing for Panama is there's still two opportunities to play good basketball. You shouldn't be quitting, and I don't think they have quit. I think they played strong, especially against the Dominican after that game against the U.S. That was a complete blowout. They played hard, and they played tough, and then, you know, against Canada yesterday, they showed something. I think that there's a lot here on Panama to be excited about. Ricardo Lindo, a guy that we haven't mentioned, he's the whole reason they're here, and he's not playing in this tournament. He was sensational in the U17 Central Basket Championships for Panama, so for him not being able to play, obviously expectations have to lower a little bit for Panama. And then on the flip side for Chile, I think that overall they aren't happy to be playing in this game, but it doesn't mean you can quit.
No quit at all from these two teams. Moments away from the second game here on day 5, the 2018 FIBA U18 America's Championships. Of course, Canada, the United States, Team Argentina, as well as Team Puerto Rico have booked their ticket to the U19 World Cup. Those semifinals are coming up later on tonight, but they're still seeding-wise, and looking at Team Chile, they're ranked 35th in the world. Team Panama unranked. They'd like to change that by having a great, strong finish to this tournament here.
And if they want to finish strong, and if they want to play well, they have to play disciplined, they have to be smart. They can't turn the ball over. I know they're a young team. They're an unranked team. There's not a lot of expectations for them. But it doesn't give you an excuse to play poor basketball, especially in situations where turning the ball over is a very simplistic thing to kind of understand and do well. And for Panama, I think the most important thing is to run, hustle, make sure everyone touches the ball in every possession. At least make it feel like you're playing team basketball. I know there are guys like John Gunn who like to shoot the ball and shoot the ball well, but in this tournament so far, he's not shooting the ball great. It's only 20% from the field. So maybe a guy like him who hasn't gotten it going in this game, maybe instead of taking the shot, look for the extra pass.
Also, Jonathan Andrade, they got to get him going. He had a great performance in their opening game against Puerto Rico in this tournament. Been a little bit silent as he sat during that U.S. game. Haven't seen the same player since, so look for him. Try and get off to a hot start as we are ready to get things going. Lloyd and Zephyrin tip things off, and it's Team Chile with the first possession of the contest.
And you can see just off the tip-off the height disadvantage that Panama has.
It's Arroyo. Saez. Lorca Lloyd tried to put it off the glass, just off the mark there, and Team Panama will have an opportunity at the first 2 points of the game. The aforementioned Gunn and Andrade. Five on the shot clock. Andrade up top. Pull up from three. Can't get it to go. Rebound picked up by Lloyd. Just under a minute played here in the second game of day 5. Iñaco. Varela. Lloyd going up, can't get it to go. Panama quickly back the other way. Gunn going up, Saez on him. Gunn gets it to go. First 2 points to Team Panama.
Great start for Panama. Great defense, great energy on that side of the basketball, forcing a turnover, running down the court, getting an easy basket for Gunn, a guy who we've seen struggle from the field to make his first basket in this game, to maybe get him going, build some confidence.
That pass from Iñaco out of bounds off the hands of Lopez, so Team Chile will keep possession. Iñaco. Jumper off the mark there, and Gunn with the defensive board. Panama looking for more. Andrade, Lombardo, posts up. Lloyd's on him, great defense there from number 11. A steal and a turnover. Gunn. Andrade. That lane closed quickly for him. Lopez, we've seen him shoot the 3-ball quite a bit. Hasn't been the most efficient from there, but look for him to take a couple more attempts from beyond the arc.
And right now for Panama, I like the energy, but they have to convert on some of those baskets inside, as Chile still cannot find a way to get the ball in the basket.
That was Saez going up and unable to get the lay-in to go. We saw this yesterday from Team Chile as they played Team Puerto Rico. Took quite a few minutes for each team to score. It's only 2-0 in this one as Panama again fails on another opportunity.
And one thing I'm liking from Panama, it seems like everyone's trying to touch the ball as they get another rebound. That was Jesus Lombardo. He's the only real big that Panama has and that can really contest with Maxwell Lloyd.
Zephyrin saw a lane for a second, decided to dish it out. Lopez, he gave the ball away, and Iñaco is back for Chile. He drives, goes up, and will draw contact.
Great thing for Chile to get to the line, maybe get out of this rut so far, 3 minutes into this game. And for Panama, what I like about this play, obviously turning the ball over, but look at Lopez run. He's the guy who turned the ball over. The foul's gonna be on Gunn, but I like the energy and I like the hustle so far from Panama starting off this game.
And one thing that was a constant factor in Chile's game yesterday, they were 12 of 25 from the line. If they make 4 more of those shots, they win the ball game.
And we heard from Maxwell Lloyd after the game, he was asked what was the thing that they need to improve on the most, or what they could have done better yesterday that could have won him that game. And the first thing he said was free throws. It was the only thing he said because he knows how important those shots can be.
Even early on, free throw shots may come back to haunt you, or they may come back to reward you. Free shots are free shots, gotta take advantage. Iñaco the other way, nice play. Zephyrin came back on the block. Andrade, numbers for Panama. Lopez goes up, and he is fouled and will head to the line.
I know it's 2-2, And it's not like Panama's up by 8 or 10 right now, but they're playing great basketball, especially when they're making mistakes like turning the ball over. They're making it difficult for Chile in the transition. You could just tell, even though that Chile had numbers, Panama's able to get back and move the ball into their advantage, and now they have 2 opportunities at the line.
Lopez converts on the first one. This is Panama's first team trip to the line here this afternoon, and he is perfect. Both teams off to a nice start at the line. 6 minutes and change to go here in the first quarter. It's low scoring one so far, 4-2 in favor of Panama. Rubio, he'll step out of bounds as he pulled up from 3, and it'll go the other way.
And one of the things that we were wondering is how would Chile come out and play this game? Obviously so demoralizing the way they lost yesterday. So what's really going to be their feeling coming into this game?
So you take a look at the score clock. They're taking down 2 seconds. So we'll read 5:57 as there's a little bit of confusion onto what was going on. Head coach of the Chilean team, very unhappy. He gives an earful to the official. Lopez inbounded it right in front of us. It's Gunn along the side. Lombardo trying to use that big body, going up. Nice job there, number 12 in red. Chile looking for an answer. Can't get it. Lloyd with the rebound, going back up, can't get it to go, looking for a call.
And look at how many bodies were around Lloyd there. No room at all to make anything going, and also smart basketball by Panama not to foul him.
Zephyrin shot short. Lombardo again on the offensive side of the ball, and a timeout here from Team Chile.
Right now, it looks like Chile's a defeated team. They need to regroup, recollect themselves, settle down. I don't think that they're really moving the ball as much as they want to. I think that Maxwell Lloyd, obviously you want to get him involved as fast as possible, but on a play like that, if you see that 3 or 4 guys are swarming one player, it's going to leave open guys around you. So Lloyd has to kind of read those double teams before they happen and get it to the open man.
They take a break, we'll take a break. 8-2 Panama here. Game 2 of day 5 at the 2018 FIBA U18 America's Championship. This has been the best start for Team Panama since their opener against Puerto Rico, where they led at the half, 36-34 over a very good Puerto Rican team. As we see here, field goals, Chile not getting it done early on.
They haven't made a basket yet. Their 2 points have come from the free throw line. We were hoping that maybe that would get Chile going once they made those 2 free opportunities. But right now, Panama playing great basketball. And that's really all you can ask for a team like that. When you're missing your star player, things haven't been going your way in this tournament, but they're playing hard, they're hustling, a ton of energy. I think my favorite thing in this game so far from what I've seen from Panama, I mentioned it a couple times, their hustle when they're turning the ball over and making mistakes. At least if you're turning the ball over or committing turnovers, at least get back and try to play as hard as you can.
A turnover, Panama will get the basketball as maybe one too many passes for Team Chile. And one thing that I saw yesterday in their game against Puerto Rico is that Team Chile likes to use all 24 seconds of that shot clock, and that might be going against them, maybe have gone against them yesterday, because they're not getting great shots when the clock is down, as Lombardo posting up, lost the ball to Lloyd. And the ball out of bounds. And Panama will get it back, but again, with that 24-second shot clock, you use most of that time. Time is down. You're probably not going to get the shot you want.
And one play that we just saw right here by Chile, they turn the ball over, Panama turns the ball over, and you would assume that they have numbers. Immediately Panama runs back, and it forces a turnover on their own. So Chile, they're going to have to play smart basketball. You mentioned the shot clock issue. I think what's most important for them is just get the shots that look good.
There's Gunn with 2 more for Panama. an 8-point advantage for the young men in red lined with white. Saez, Varela, Rubio, couple guys on him. Oh, Lombardo says no in down low. 3 guys again on Rubio down low. Andrade looking for something to set up. Lombardo set the pick. Really interesting what 24 hours will do. Panama not having much success against Canada yesterday. All kinds of success here. Lombardo with another 2 for him, but as I mentioned, 24 hours, not much time, but a big difference for Team Panama in the first.
And you can just see the ball movement has been great for Panama. Everyone's touching it. Great hustle on the defensive side. This is the key to success.
And they're gonna call a block on Lombardo. A little bit shaken up, but looks like he'll be all right. As Team Panama is probably looking for a charge on that play.
And Lombardo, who did draw the foul here, we'll see if his feet were set. A little bit of movement at the end. I can see why the block was called. And for Lombardo, 6 points already, 3 for 5 from the field, 4 rebounds. We mentioned he's really the only height that they have on their team. Lombardo has to play big, and he's playing at the best level you could ask him.
Lombardo stands at 6'4". Rubio able to hit the first one. All 3 points for Team Chile coming via the shot, the free throw line. And they are perfect so far in this one. Got to start scoring from the field, though. You can't win a game at the free throw line. Ball turned over. Zephyrin. Andrade will float it up. Can't get it to go. Zephyrin, follow-up opportunity. Can't get the ball. Team Chile will look to get their first field goal of the game. Varela lost the handle for a second, got it back, nice play. Able to get it in down low to Carrasco, or Pimentel, excuse me. Now a 12-6 ball game in favor of Panama. Zephyrin driving, makes a nice move around Lloyd, can't get it to go. Rebound is off the hands of Lombardo and out of play.
And now you're starting to feel like Chile, they made their first basket of the game. A lucky bounce there that should have gone in for Panama, but it didn't. This could be the opportunity for Chile to get back in this, find their rhythm.
The crowd behind us as well can also help Team Chile. They've been feeding off of them all tournament long. Another turnover by Team Chile. Lopez, Andrade, thought about shooting, didn't take it. Lombardo down low on Rubio. That's a good matchup for him, and he connects.
Jesus Lombardo, what a great start for him, 8 points. Andrade passing up a shot knowing that Lloyd is on him, meaning Lombardo has some mismatch.
Early on, it was Lloyd that was on Lombardo, but a switch on that play. Rubio pulls up from 3, can't hit it. Lombardo with the rebound. Said his name quite a few times here in the first quarter. Minute 40 left to go. It's Lopez. Gunn. Andrade. Rubio is on him. Lombardo will pull up. Can't get it to go. Zephyrin, nice play. Lopez as he knocked the ball out of the defender's hands. Going off the glass, can't get it to go. Team Panama bench, not too thrilled with that call.
The difference in this game so far has been Panama's transition defense. Every time they turn the ball over, guys are getting back in time to make things difficult for Chile. When you're a team that clearly doesn't have the talent that the opposing team has, you need to play basketball very tight and very disciplined, and that's what Panama is doing.
Sebastian Carrasco checks in the game for Team Chile as off that stoppage, 3-ball attempt, no good, and a jump ball called underneath. Also another substitution on that stoppage. Number 7 for Team Panama is Adrian Roux. Very slow first quarter, 14-6. Reads the big scoreboard here at the Meridian Center over center court. Team Chile, same situation as yesterday. There wasn't much scoring in that first quarter either, although they did have more than 6 points. As that pass off the legs of Varela, and can't get to half before 8 seconds. A turnover.
And if you're Chile, there's no need to panic right now. You're down by 8. That's not a lot of points. In the previous game, we saw that Dominican could score in bunches, especially with around a minute or 2 minutes left in each quarter. So for Chile, if you finish this quarter strong going into the second, maybe you'll have a little bit more momentum.
Jonathan Andrade will check out for Team Panama. Replacing him is Jesus Sanger. He is on Carrasco up top. It's Rubio in front of the Team Panama bench. Carrasco up top. Rubio again for 3, no good. Zephyrin picked up that rebound and right away got it to Sanger. 35 seconds to go. Lopez. It's Roux. Lopez lost the handle. Back the other way. Rubio. Carrasco up top, Varela. 10 on the game clock. Carrasco in down low to Lloyd. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled underneath.
And sometimes when you have so much height like Maxwell Lloyd, it's hard to not foul him because your reach is just not going to be able to hit the ball. So there for Panama, a costly foul because it gives Lloyd an opportunity to get things going right before this quarter ends.
Team Chile has made 1 field goal in the game. They are perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. An area where they struggled in yesterday against Team Puerto Rico. Ultimately the difference in the contest there. And that's why Puerto Rico has a semifinal date later this afternoon. They will take on Team Canada. That's the 8:15 game. In the first semifinal, it will be the USA against Team Argentina. As it's now a 7-point lead for Team Panama. Late substitution for Team Chile. It will be Lloyd coming off. Martinez on for him. They'll have to shoot it quickly and they'll just say, nah, too far away, too little time. End of the first quarter, 14-7. Panama leads Team Chile.
That was Panama's best quarter they played this entire tournament. They have to be extremely happy with their performance so far. Obviously not a lot of offense from both teams, but so far, if you're Panama, you have to be happy.
And no one, 14-7 Panama leads Chile. Will take a timeout and come right back with the first quarter stats.
Now that's how to mop the floor quickly.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Center here in St. Catharines, Ontario for Day 5, Game 2 of the 2018 FIBA U18 America's Championship. First time it's been held in Canada. Along with Joe D'Agostino, I'm Reese Dumaney. First quarter stats, 14-7. The scoreboard reads in favor of Team Panama.
And you can see the field goal percentage, a clear mismatch, 43% for Panama compared to 9% by Chile, most of their points coming from the line. And one thing you see there, 7-4 in turnovers. Panama did not protect the ball at all, but points coming off of turnovers was the difference. Chile, basically 0.
Teams getting set for the second quarter of action here. The winner of this game will have a date with the Dominican Republic to play for 5th place. The loser will face Ecuador in the early game tomorrow afternoon. Chile with the first possession of the second quarter. It's Carrasco up top with Sanger on him. Rubio. Varela. And it looks like he was fouled as he got the pass off. On him was number 7, Rue. 16 seconds into the second quarter. It'll be Pimentel to inbound it in front of the Panamanian bench.
And one thing you don't want to do if you're Panama is get in foul trouble in this first half.
Nice play, Barbua fighting for that loose ball. It's a jump ball, and Team Panama will get it.
It seems like right now that Panama just wants this game more. They're playing harder, they're playing tougher, they're diving for the ball before Chile does. I think Chile, it seems as if their heart's not all in it right now, but a lot can change in 3 quarters.
So if you're Team Chile, would you want maybe the crowd to start getting behind you, maybe be a little bit more louder, provide a spark?
As great as that sounds and as simple as that sounds, I think what they really need to do is just protect the ball and play smart. They're not playing discipline. They're turning the ball over way too much.
3 attempt off the mark. Have not been great from beyond the arc so far in this one. It's Carrasco, and he hits that one. Now 14-10, still a 2-possession game.
A friendly roll there for Chile, and maybe that's the roll they need to get themselves going.
Lopez. It looks like they're gonna call a foul away from the play as Zefrin was tripped up. Looks like Pimentel was on him. Randall Aguilar will come into the game for Team Panama. He'll replace Zefrin, who goes off. It is Aguilar. Varela's on him. Losing the handle underneath. They're going to call a travel on Aguilar, and it'll be a turnover for Team Panama, Team Chile basketball.
And after that 3 that Chile made and now a turnover by Panama, this is your opportunity to cut it to a 1-possession lead, and then everything that we've been talking about for Panama and how well they played, their lead has already kind of disappeared.
Carrasco being hounded by Sanger, able to get over half. Carrasco sees the lane, decides to dish it off. And it's Rubio, been one of the standout guys for Team Chile in the tournament. He goes up, hits the side of the basket, it's out of play, and Team Chile will keep possession with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. We've seen it numerous times. Team Chile likes to work that 24-second clock. Varela will pull up from 3. He can't hit it. Rebound. Nice play there. That was Pimentel to get that offensive board, a fresh shot clock, but only 14 seconds for Team Chile. It's going up and drawing contact. He'll shoot 2 shots. Is number 14, Fabian Martinez.
And on a play like that where they get a second chance because of an offensive rebound, there were guys for Panama down in the paint ready to get that rebound. It's just none of them were tall enough to grab it. And that's where height can become an issue for Panama, because as well as you play, sometimes just those intangibles are just not gonna be in your favor.
Lombardo provides the height for Team Panama. He is not on the court as of right now, as Martinez perfect on that trip to the line. As Villagran will come into the game for Team Chile. He replaces Varela. Sanger. It's Aguilar. Gunn wide open up top. He wants the ball. They just couldn't get it to him, and then a nice play by Gunn. to keep the ball. Rue. He makes no mistake from beyond the arc.
And that's all because of the extra effort by Gunn, making sure he gets to the ground first, finding the open man. Panama's just playing great team basketball.
Carrasco. Rubio. In down low, Martinez can't get it to go, but he'll get 2 shots, a short vacation from the free throw line for him.
And if you're Chile, you have to make these shots. We mentioned how important they are and how it hurt them yesterday.
Lloyd will come back in for Team Chile. He'll replace Pimentel. Able to hit the first one to make it a 4-point game. Looking to get it within 1 possession. And he's able to hit both. If you're Team Chile right now, you're wondering where was this free throw shooting a day ago? They could have a berth in the World Cup as well as the semifinals. .7:18 left to go here in the second quarter. Team Panama continues to lead Team Chile as Gunn's 3 attempt comes up short. Nice play by Aguilar to get the rebound. Now he's got it in the corner as his shot from beyond the arc goes nowhere.
Those were a couple threes that were open and good enough to make. Panama's gonna have to start making those type of shots if they want to hold on to this lead.
Carrasco going up off the glass, only a 1-point game. Gunn. Found a lane, in down low, up off the glass. Nice hard-working play there from Gunn. 6.5 to go in the second quarter. It's Carrasco. Has Martinez up top, decides to give it to Lloyd. Lloyd spinning around one man, can't get it to go off the glass. It looks like it went off of Lloyd's hands and out of bounds. It'll be Team Panama basketball.
And Maxwell Lloyd was one of those players that we highlighted before this game started that would have a ton of opportunities to make this a game that would impress a lot of people. Right now, he's 0 for 5 from the field. He just needs to play better.
He averaged 32.5 minutes in their first 4 games of the tournament. As we have a jump ball underneath, and Team Chile will get possession. As they also could have called probably a travel or a double dribble on that play. Team Chile head coach was looking for that call, but they got the basketball anyways. With just under 6 to go. Carrasco. Martinez. It's Rubio. Good ball movement here from Team Chile. Lloyd posting up, able to put it up, and one nice hard-working play there from Lloyd.
His first basket of the game now. He's got 3 points, an opportunity to make it 4. We just mentioned how important it is for him to get it going, and it's a play like this where we know his strength is going to come into play, getting an and one.
Jonathan Andrade will check back into the game for Team Panama. And he's able to complete the 3-point play. We're all tied up, 19-19. Scoring has been at a premium here in this one. Second game of day 5 here from St. Catharines. Gunn will pull up from 3 and can't get the friendly roll. Aguilar went up for the rebound. He couldn't get it to go. And now it's Team Chile back the other way. Carrasco driving, floater, no good. He gets the loose ball. Carrasco has it again. Rubio, shot clock at 5. Rubio driving, has the lane and throws it up and in. Nice play from Rubio. And Team Panama has called a timeout.
And you can see that they're in foul trouble now, already 4 in this quarter. Chile finally takes the lead, but if you're Panama, you still have to be happy with where you are. You're only down 2, 5 minutes left in the second quarter. There's nothing to panic about.
21-19 with just over 5 to play here in the second quarter. Panama against Chile. We'll take a break, come right back. Welcome back inside the Meridian Center, downtown St. Catharines for 2018 FIBA U18 America's Championship, Game 2 on Day 5. See the free throws. Chile had problems with them yesterday, 90% today.
And I think what's most important is they've gone to the line 10 times already compared to 2 for Panama. That's what's gotten them back in this game, and bench points 11-3 for Chile. We kind of expect a little bit of that from Panama because we know the rotations are going to be large. There's not a ton of players that can come off the bench and contribute at a high level for Panama. But still, a 2-point game, still anything can happen, but it's good to see that Chile has kind of gotten back on track and playing the way that made them almost win against Puerto Rico yesterday.
Panama unranked, Team Chile ranked 35. Gun. It's Rue. Panama looking to tie or possibly take the lead. Gun has Andrade. Lombardo, Lloyd's on him. Zephyrin driving, putting it off the glass, no good. Lombardo went up, but it's Lloyd coming down with it for Team Chile. And they'll have possession, looking to make it a 2-possession game. Lloyd, Carrasco, back to Lloyd, spinning. Andrade almost took it away from him. They're gonna call a jump ball, and it will go the way of Team Panama.
Great hustle by Panama to make it tough on Lloyd inside the paint. That's where he's gonna get most of his action in this game. And it's good to see them contesting him as best as they can.
Looks like a foul on Carrasco. Team Panama will keep the ball as Pimentel will check back in the game for Team Chile, replacing Rubio. As well as Varela will come in. He will replace Villagran.
If you're Panama, you need to get the ball to Jesus Lombardo on the inside. He's got 8 points already, 5 rebounds. He's been a difference maker for your team early and late in that first quarter. They should try their best to get the ball to him.
Rue has Gun. Andrade, wide open 3 off the mark. Rue, nice job to save it. And they're gonna call a foul.
And the tough thing about a foul on a play like that is both players have every opportunity to run in and try to make a shot at that ball. They're both hustling for the ball. I know he pushed him there, but both of them had the right to attack the ball right there, so I don't know about that foul. Obviously, I think they probably called it because if they don't, it's a backcourt violation.
I think whichever call they would have made, there would have been one bench in their ear as Gun hits the 3 ball from beyond the arc. Team Panama is back on top.
He looks like a completely different player right now, the way he's shooting the ball. 4 for 6 from the field, 9 points. It's great to see him finally get his shot going.
Carrasco in down low to Lloyd, who will slam it home with both hands. Back and forth they go. Team Chile up again. Rue sees a lane. Only one in front of him is Lloyd. Good job defensively by him. Ball makes its way out of bounds, and Team Panama will keep it underneath.
And Panama, they were close against Puerto Rico in Game 1. And we saw how the game kind of got away from him in that second half. If you're Panama, you played good basketball so far, good defensive basketball. If you can keep your defensive intensity going throughout this entire game, you have a chance as they turn the ball over. Those are the things that you definitely can't be doing.
Offensive foul looks like it was on Zephyrin as Panama back with their starting 5 on the court. You see Andrade there, not very happy with either the play of his team right now or the foul call, not too sure. Looks like Team Chile has called a timeout here as they lead it by 1, 23-22 with 3:04 left to go. We'll be back at the Meridian Center from St. Catharines in a moment. Game continues to go back and forth, back and forth. Panama would lead, Chile would lead. Panama leads, now Chile leads 23-22. Joe, with 3:04 left to go here in this first half, what do you expect from both teams?
Well, for Panama, I expect them to continue to play hard because they haven't stopped since this game has started. So that's good to see from them. For Chile, execute. Execute your plays well, move the ball around, get everybody involved. Get a guy like Arroyo going. Varela, he hasn't done much in this game. Get him the ball rolling. Get a guy like Kevin Rubio, who we've seen can be such a difference maker for your team, not just statistically, but just emotionally. He can get your team going and get them riled up to win a game. So maybe get those players involved. I like how they're trying to attack with Maxwell Lloyd, but he's also 2 for 7 from the field. So maybe kind of pass the ball a little bit more, maybe try to push it underneath with Lloyd, and then he can attack outside on the wings.
Chile will have possession off the inbound. It's Varela. There's the aforementioned Lloyd. They are moving the ball. Wide open 3. Carrasco, very uncontested. He makes no mistake. They're up by 4.
And Carrasco's only averaging 3.8 points in this tournament. He's been the difference maker for them so far. He's got 8.
Martinez able to steal that ball away. Up top, Varela. Andrade's on him. Lloyd sets a pick. Gives Varela a little bit of space, but can't hit the jumper as Andrade will pick up the rebound at about the free throw line. Lopez gave the ball away, tried to find Lombardo, but a good hand there from Varela as he's able to find Carrasco, get over half court. As that pass tipped out of bounds, and Chile will keep it.
If Panama had just a little bit more scoring in this game, it would be huge for them because defensively they're playing great, especially in the transition. We mentioned multiple times that Panama's not letting Chile get anything easy, especially in opportunities where you expect them to be.
Team Panama will call a timeout with 2:10 left to go. Both teams want to finish this half on a high. They trail by 4 right now, so trying to figure out something, try and swing the momentum back in their favor.
And looking at the team leaders for Panama, 9 points per gun. Lombardo, 5 rebounds. We mentioned how great he's been on the inside, especially with not a lot of height. And Andrade, I know that he can affect the games in a lot of ways, and he can't find a shot right now, but he's got 2 rebounds, 3 assists. For a guy who's 5'6", he's impressive, and he's impressing me in ways that we didn't really see, especially in the first couple games.
See the leaders for Chile. Carrasco, 8 points. He leads the way for them and hasn't been the guy that's been doing it all tournament, but in big games like this, you need those secondary guys to sort of step up, lead the way if the big guys aren't getting the job done. And today, the big guys aren't really getting the job done for Team Chile.
And if you are Chile, you expect those players to play well. And I think they will play well because there's still a full half to go with 2 minutes left in the second as well. But at the end of this game, when we look at Carrasco on the box score, we're going to see that he played impressive, and he's one of the reasons that kept them in this game and why they're winning right now.
Down low, Pimentel can't get the lane to go, gets his own rebound, and then stolen away from him by Zephyrin. And Andrade carry the ball up the floor. 2-possession game, Chile leads Panama. The winner will meet the Dominican Republic, loser will get Ecuador. Gunn will pull up, can't hit it. Zephyrin fighting for that loose ball, nice play to keep it in bounds. Oh, they're gonna say he stepped out of bounds. Would have been Chile basketball anyways, but stoppage in play will get a substitution for them as Carrasco will go off and Yako will replace him.
And on a play like that where John Gunn, he's been shooting the ball really well. One of the reasons he hasn't been shooting the ball well in this tournament is because he's taking shots like that. Not a lot of ball movement, kind of just taking a shot contested. There's no need for that. Move the ball over around a little bit. Get a couple other players involved, because you know if you start getting more than one player involved on your offense, it's just going to come easier for you.
Looks like that's off the hands of Lloyd and out of bounds. Team Panama basketball, as they played great defense as Lloyd tried to go up, just couldn't get the shot off. Lombardo, Lloyd on him. What else is new? Lombardo tried the reverse, couldn't get it to go. And Andrade almost picked off that pass from Iñaco. But instead it's Team Chile. Iñaco, less than a minute to go, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Iñaco dished it out in the corner, air ball. And Andrade will pick up that shot. Got a bit of space. Andrade looking for something to open up. He's got it back. Shot clock down. Here's Gunn. Gonna have to put it up. And they couldn't get it to go. Sort of looked like it had already expired, but Team Chile with the basketball anyways. Their time down as well. The game clock at 5. Varela, no good, rebound. Lloyd tried to put it back. Time will expire. 26-22, not a lot of scoring, but it's Team Chile with the advantage at the half.
And if you're Panama, this is the game you want to play. Low scoring, a defensive-minded game for you, especially a team that you know doesn't have a lot of scoring on their team, but you can always play hard and you can always play tight, especially on the defensive side, and that's what Panama's been doing.
Team Chile, we mentioned it, struggled at the free throw line just a day ago. They've been fantastic today as they lead it by 4. We'll take a look quickly at the first half stats.
And you can just see percentage-wise, Chile 23% inside the line, 20% outside the line. That's not good enough to win games, but because they're shooting the ball so well from the free throw line, they're up 4, and that's huge for them.
See rebounds, sort of a little bit of close, 24-19 in favor of Team Chile. Assists as well, steals as well. It's 4-point game, everything is close.
And I think that's kind of been the story of this game so far. I think both teams have played really well in the same aspects of the game. The only difference right now is that Chile's getting to the free throw line, Panama is not.
Gunn and Carrasco lead the way in terms of points for their respective teams. Couple other numbers of note: steals, blocks, turnovers, 2, 2, and 3 for each respective clubs. But the advantage is for Team Chile. 26-22. We'll take a break, come back for the second half. It's Chile up on Panama.
Massa's there and he's denied by Justice.
Come on now.
Ball now into the hands of Hannon, feeds it into Benny with a two-handed hammer jam. Chile survive!
That's how to mop the floor quickly.
This crowd is going to be loud here. They really get behind the team.
World Cup qualifiers were meant to bring basketball home to the home nations.
Vargas drives in and scores. The party's on. Now Brasino flies in. Goes Howdy A. Carter on the putback. 4-on-1, back to the grass. Roll! Who goes in for the dunk? Scola. Wow. So in, and Samus Reyes flies in for the dunk. What a play that is! Great win for the Uruguayans.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Center here in St. Catharines, Ontario. I'm Reese Demania, that's Joe D'Agostino. 26-22, Team Chile leads Team Panama, and for Team Panama, that's one of the best, if not the best half we've seen them play all week long.
I definitely think it is the best half that they played all tournament long, especially the way that they played on defense, and guys like Gunn and Lombardo driving, being hard, being aggressive in the paint, getting easy baskets for them, getting them going. Lombardo, the real only height that they have on this team, he's been a stud for them inside, getting rebounds, especially against a guy like Maxwell Lloyd, one of the better rebounders in this tournament. I've been impressed.
Lombardo has 8 points, Gunn has 9. They are the two leaders in the contest for Team Panama. We'll switch sides to Team Chile. It's Sebastian Carrasco, a guy that we haven't seen a whole lot from in this tournament so far, but he has 8 and he leads the way for his team.
And sometimes when you play games like this, or when you're in a tournament like this, you're gonna need answers from unexpected players. And Carrasco's the guy for them right now. Rubio, Varela, they're not really getting things going so far. We expect them to get things going. Maxwell Lloyd, not an efficient shooter right now. He was shooting 2 for 7 the last time I checked. So for a guy like Carrasco to play strong and, you know, make a big 3 at one point, get involved, get inside and make a tough basket for Chile, it kind of got the ball rolling for them.
Arroyo averaged 10.3 a game. Rubio averaging 12 a game. Lorca averaging 15.3 a game. As we take a look at the first half numbers on the sheet here, it's Lorca with 6. Rubio has 4. And they just haven't been getting the job done. It's been Carrasco, but those 3 guys have been logging minutes as well, because Arroyo 33.9 minutes, Rubio 33.8 minutes, and Lorca 32.5 minutes. The next closest is Iñaco at 25.7 minutes a game.
And even though those players aren't playing at the highest level right now, there's still guys who are getting involved. As you can see, a turnover here. Varela getting the ball to someone else. He knows that things aren't going, but Panama on the other end immediately gets back and plays well. So overall, I think both teams have some positives and some negatives in this tournament, but I think this is the half that you have to play your best. We've seen Panama keep themselves in this game. We saw Chile kind of almost get lucky playing the way that they did, still being up 4. So I think if you're a guy like Maxwell Lloyd right here, that's the type of play we need to see in this half. Get aggressive, make a highlight play, get your team pumped up. That's gonna be something that Chile needs if they wanna close this game out, and maybe build some momentum to face a team like the Dominican Republic, who won in the earlier game today.
Team Panama unranked and winless in this tournament. Team Chile ranked 35th. They beat Ecuador in their first one and have lost the past 3, but you mentioned it, a date with the Dominican Republic is on the line here. For tomorrow, the loser will face Ecuador in the first game of the final day. The second game will obviously be the winner of this one and the Dominican Republic. But we still got to finish this one. One half of basketball to go. It's 26-22 in favor of Team Chile. They've got the first possession of the second half as it's Rubio. Saez, haven't seen much of him in this game here this afternoon. Varela back out to Carrasco. He's off to a hot start in this second half.
And that's his 11th point of this game so far. 2 rebounds, 3 assists, affecting the game in a multitude of ways right now.
Lombardo, Lloyd's on him. Lombardo trying to go up. He can't do it as he travels. And it'll be a turnover for Team Panama, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
But you have to see right now with Carrasco making the 3, he was the hot hand in the first half. Lombardo, another guy who played really well. So it seems like both teams trying to get it to the players that got involved and played so well in the first half for them. It was just for Panama, it wasn't the right call there.
Iñaco will check into the game for Team Chile. He replaces Varela. 29-22, Team Chile leads Team Panama. They are looking to extend that lead as we've played 45 seconds. Great ball movement from Team Chile. Rubio, he's got it back. Thought about the three, didn't take it. It's Saez in the corner. Lloyd, Lombardo on him. And a nice job by Lloyd spinning around, drawing contact. And he'll head to the line.
And how many times did we see Lloyd make that same play throughout this game, posting up? The difference on a play like that compared to the other ones in the first half, the ball movement. Everyone touches the ball on the play. It makes every player feel like they're a part of the success for your team.
First one missed by Lloyd, as you saw Gunn, 3 fouls so far on the afternoon, and uh-oh. They don't want to get back to that rhythm. Yesterday, they made 1 free throw in the 3rd quarter alone against Puerto Rico yesterday. And that Team Chile, they had a 12-point lead at one point. They led by 10 at the half, but they had a 12-point lead at one point. That disappeared quickly. Team Puerto Rico quickly able to erase the 12-point gap, but 1 free throw made in a quarter, you just can't have it. They are 0 for 2 to start this one. Gunn thought about the 3, didn't take it. Varela's on him. He'll take the jumper, no good. Carrasco is on the rebound, quickly to Rubio, and then to Varela. Carrasco. Rubio, he directs traffic as he hands it off to Varela, who will pull up from beyond the arc. He makes no mistake over Andrade, and nothing Andrade can do on that one.
And Varela, it's good to see him getting it going, but if you're Panama, this is the last thing you want. 2 threes already by Chile in this quarter, and Panama a couple sloppy possessions.
Now up to a double-digit lead for Team Chile. Lopez in the corner. We see him take a lot of threes. He makes no mistake on this one, quickly answering for Team Panama.
He's a guy that can get it going for his team. When Panama needed baskets in these games where it felt like nothing was going in, it always seemed like he was the guy to finally get something going for them. That's a huge 3, especially the way Chile's opened up this quarter.
The attempt there from Varela goes nowhere. Lopez only 2 points in the first half, now up to 5 with that 3 ball. Andrade, 10 on the shot clock. Zephyrin, now to Gunn. Down low, going up is Lombardo, can't get it to go. 2 Chileans were on him. Carrasco back the other way, handed it off. And the ball will make its way out of bounds. Zephyrin coming up limping a little bit, holding his ankle.
And now an opportunity for Panama to get a basket here, cut this lead again. We saw Chile open up hot, but now a couple possessions in a row that Chile wasn't able to capitalize.
And it was Lopez hitting a 3 for Panama in that time at the other end of the court. Ball almost stolen. Zephyrin, that went off the hands of Gunn. Varela back the other way. 3 Panama players on him. He'll draw contact. A good job not giving up on the play. He kept driving. Panama had numbers back, but he's gonna shoot 2.
And that was a great play by Varela on the steal. Nice move there to get inside. Took some contact, couldn't finish, but now, like you said, he'll get 2 opportunities at the free throw line.
Chilean head coach pleased with that effort there from number 5. He gets his shoes all tied up and he's ready to shoot. Chile leads by 7. First one off the mark. 0 for 3 to start the quarter from the line.
And if you're Chile, you still have played really well in this quarter. Obviously the free throws aren't hitting right now, but I think this was the start they probably wanted. They're up by 8 now. They've extended this lead a little bit. And the issue with Panama is, even though 8 points isn't a lot, they still struggle to score. So 8 points feels like 12 or 14.
Lead pass up to Rubio. Easily off the glass for him. It's back to a double-digit lead for Chile. Gunn double teamed. Carrasco intercepts the pass. Numbers for Chile. 3 from Varela, no good. Going back up was Carrasco, couldn't get it to go. And we have a foul on the floor at the other end. Rubio and Zephyrin were slow to get up after that Chilean rush.
You can kind of feel the mood switch for Panama. Heads kind of looking down a little bit more. The frustration has to be building for them because they knew that they had 1 point, had a 7-point lead at the end of that first quarter. They were playing really well. They just have to make sure that they continue to play tough as Andrade makes the first free throw.
Second one good for number 4. It's now a 9-point lead. As we have a timeout taken by Team Panama, gonna try to draw something up to get back into this game. 35-26. Team Chile leads them with 6:18 left to go here in the third quarter. They take a timeout, we take a timeout. We'll be back with more of the third quarter from the Meridian Center. Welcome back to St. Catharines, Ontario at the Meridian Center. First time this tournament has ever been held here in Canada. As we take a look at a quick stat, turnovers, Panama 12, Chile 10. So I mean, pretty close, but there's a big difference on the scoreboard.
And you can see that Panama's capitalizing the most when each team is turning the ball over, but it still doesn't matter because Chile has gone into the line. They've used their bench 17-3 compared to Panama. I think at this point in the game, we're starting to see the talent levels kind of show. Panama, even though they played hard and they played tough in that first half, eventually you just have to start making shots, Reese. And that's not what we're seeing from Panama. And it's going to be tough, especially because we know they don't have a lot of size. It's going to be tough to get easy looks because you know that even if you're not completely contested, because you're a smaller guy, it's going to be easier to kind of put a hand up.
They'll have to get Gunn going again. He had 9 in that first half. Lopez handing it off to Lombardo, but it's off the hands of a Chilean and out of bounds.
But that was a play that Lombardo probably could have handled. He needs to use his strength a little bit more on the inside because if he can handle that ball, it's an easy basket.
No look pass to Gunn from Andrade. He makes no mistake. Maybe that'll be a spark for Gunn to get him back up and going. Just under 6 to go in the third quarter. This is the second game of day 5. Ball off the hands of Zephyrin and out of play. Varela to our left. Rubio with Gunn on him. Lombardo switches. Can't get it to go as Rubio. Ball up for grabs. Who's it off? Looks like it may have been off Rubio down underneath, and Team Panama will get the ball.
If Chile can just be a little bit smarter on the offensive side, and maybe we saw Lloyd had an opportunity at a tip in there. If they could just make some of those baskets, this game would almost feel like it's starting to be close to over.
Gunn had a lane to the basket, decided a hard pass would be the answer to that one, but all it'll find is the advertisements on the sidelines. It's out of bounds and a turnover for Team Panama as they still trail by 7 points here to Team Chile. Saez. Lloyd, Lombardo on him. And they're gonna call a travel on Lloyd. That's great defense there from Jesus Lombardo.
And even though the shots aren't going in for Panama, the defense hasn't disappeared in this quarter. Maxwell Lloyd, we expected him to play a game like this, get inside the paint, use his strength, but Panama, they're keeping their feet on the ground and they're making sure they execute their defense as best as they can.
Andrade tried to go up but couldn't get it to go. It's Rubio quickly back the other way, going up off the glass. Ball up for grabs. It's Lopez coming down with it. Andrade now for Panama in the corner. Gunn off the mark. Rubio with the rebound. What an individual effort there from Rubio as he goes coast to coast for the 2 points. Now an 11-point lead for Team Chile.
And that's 2 straight baskets for Rubio, a guy who we were thinking would be a difference maker in this game. Not in the first half, but starting to be in the second.
Great job on the offensive side of the ball by numerous players on Team Panama as Lopez draws contact. He'll head to the line and shoot 2. Team Chile fell in a heartbreaker to Team Puerto Rico just a day ago, 68-65. What a game it was, but free throws an issue for them as Lopez makes the first one, whereas on the other side it was Team Panama. They fell to Canada in the late game yesterday. It is Canada, the US, Argentina, and Puerto Rico all going to the World Cup, and they're in the semifinals. Those 2 games are later tonight. Dominican Republic won their game earlier on here this afternoon. They beat Ecuador, and they will play for 5th and meet the winner of this game, whereas the loser of this game will play Ecuador in the 12 o'clock game tomorrow. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter in this one. Still lots of time for Panama to get back in it as Saez goes up, can't get it to go. Second opportunity doesn't fall for Martinez. And it's Duque. Lopez. He'll pull up from 3. He hits it. Lopez points to his bench and says, I got you. 6-point game now. Panama sticking in it.
That has to be the biggest shot for Panama in this game so far, keeping it at 6 points.
Iñaco is ready to come on the court. He sits right beside me, hoping his team can get some points before he makes his way onto the court as Lloyd floats one up. Again, Lombardo, great defense, not allowing a high percentage shot from number 11 in white.
And Panama needs to be smart here. This is an opportunity to cut this lead to only 2 possessions.
Pass from Gunn, Lombardo bobbled it. But that's a great play from number 12. He'll head to the line and shoot 2 to try and make it a 4-point game.
This has been a great response by Panama in this quarter. It felt like Chile was starting to run away with this game. We've seen that a ton of times in this tournament. Teams like Panama and Ecuador, they've competed for some of the game, but then the game kind of turns and it becomes a lead that they really can't handle anymore. For this game right now, Panama's playing well enough to keep themselves in it. They missed that free throw, but still, it's only 6 points.
Very happy if you're David Rosario on that Team Panama bench, but maybe not after that trip to the line by Lombardo. He missed both. Still a 6-point advantage for Team Chile, and as you mentioned, only 6 points and only 2 possession game. Anything can happen with lots of time to go. Chile wants something different to happen. It's Carrasco finding a lane, putting it off the glass, can't get it to go. Ball up for grabs underneath. It's a jump ball, and it'll go the way of Team Panama. Another big possession for the men in red.
And that play right there, a floater on the inside, that's not an easy shot to make. So Panama has to be happy that they're settling with these shots. But to give credit to Panama, they're playing tough defense and they're forcing Chile to maybe take shots they don't want to take.
Gunn has been one of the hotter players for Panama. Lombardo off the glass. Had to wait for it to drop, but he'll take the 2 points. Lead is down to 4, 39-35, 2 minutes and change left in the 3rd quarter.
And if you're Panama, you'll take those lucky bounces.
Lloyd sees a lane, pushes off Lombardo, and count the basket and 1. Great play there from Lloyd.
Maxwell Lloyd right now, 3 for 14 from the field. He's not shooting efficiently, but the game's not over and there's still time to continue to play and play well. And right there, this is the player that we wanted to see in this game. Aggressive, taking contact, and also finishing with the basket and the free throw.
Lead back up to 7. Duque to Gunn. Garibaldi seeing his first action of the game as He makes a nice move going up and off the glass.
You just mentioned Garibaldi just checking in 2 minutes ago and already making a difference. What a beautiful play.
Cross-court pass, Carrasco to Iñaco. He found Carrasco again. Losing the handle was Lloyd. Back the other way, Gunn. Lopez. Yes, sir! Lopez stays at his bench. He is feeling it right now, having a lot of fun as number 10 in red. They trail by 2.
What a difference a couple minutes makes. Panama down by 8 or 9 at one point in this quarter, now only down 2.
You can feel the momentum sort of start to shift. Jumper there, no good. Gunn with the rebound. As putting that one up was Iñaco. Chance to tie or take the lead. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Gunn. Maybe they looked for Lopez. Driving, putting it off the glass. John Gunn has tied it and a chance to give his team the lead.
John Gunn, the guy that they've looked for this entire game to get the offense rolling. 6 for 12 from the field. He's got 13 points, takes the contact. He knows an opportunity to take the lead in this game, in this quarter, is right in front of him.
When it looked like the play was over, Gunn stuck with it as he was falling back off the glass. Can he give his team the lead? Yes! Substitution. It will be Rue coming in for Gunn. 38 seconds left.
And this is where we find out how much Chile really has. Your back is against the wall. You let Panama back in this game, but there's still a full quarter left. You can still win this game.
And they were in a similar situation as they were yesterday against Puerto Rico. Varela making a couple of moves, finds Iñaco. He drives, floats it up and in.
Great response by Chile.
They needed that one, 44-43. Last possession of the quarter to Team Panama. It's Lopez, he's been the hot hand. Time running down, he's got to put it up. Picks up by Borbuja. Lopez can't get it to go, but if you're Team Panama, this is huge. They trail by 1, 44-43 for Team Chile.
And this has been the most competitive they've been this entire tournament. For Panama to be in this game, an opportunity to play for 5th place, not a lot of people would say that that's a possibility only a couple of days ago. But they're here, they're playing well, and they have an opportunity now to take this game.
What a game it has been. We've played 30 minutes. The teams will take a break before we hit the 4th quarter. We'll take a break as well. Come right back to the Meridian Center in St. Catharines. Welcome back. You're watching FIBA U18 America's Championship live from the Meridian Center here in St. Catharines, Ontario. I'm Reese Dumaney along with my partner Joe D'Agostino. What a game it has been. Team Chile, Team Panama, back and forth, back and forth. We thought Team Chile was going to pull ahead, but right away Team Panama came right back. Free throws, maybe the difference in that one. Chile wasn't really effective from the line in that 3rd quarter.
And to give them credit, though, they were 9 for 10 from the field in the first half. They're still shooting 75%. This isn't going to be an issue. Points from turnovers has to be the biggest thing that we see right here. 14-7, because Panama, they haven't protected the ball really well. The only difference is that Panama's actually executing their plays in transition off of turnovers. Chile is not. And that also has to give credit to Panama's defense because they've been great in transition.
Both teams also sharing the ball quite a bit. 14 team assists for Team Chile, Panama with 11. And a guy we mentioned mostly all tournament long, except in that United States game, is Jonathan Andrade, who hasn't been the scoring type since their first game against Puerto Rico, but he's been sharing the ball, so it's good to see guys doing that. And if you're not getting the job done, let other guys pick you up. Chile looking to get the first 2 points of the quarter. They do so and lead by 3. It's Duque, Rue, Lopez. A great third quarter for him. Varela on him, he goes up. Drawing contact, he'll get 2 shots, try and pull it within 1 again.
And you can tell that Panama's getting a little bit more aggressive in this half. They don't have as many free throws as Chile, but at least they're still getting to the line as Carrasco checks in for Chile. He's been a guy that's gone in and going for them when it didn't seem like anyone was making any baskets. 2 of their best players, Varela Arroyo and Maxwell Loica, 3 for 14 for Lorca, and Arroyo 1 for 9. They need to shoot the ball better.
First one good from Lopez. The big guns for Team Panama also back into the contest. Gunn, who's been great for them, he's number 13, Lombardo. As well, he provides the height for Team Panama. Lopez perfect on his trip to the line.
And in a situation like this for Panama, I know some of their stars might be tired, but you can rest on Sunday. This is a game that you want to win and you need to win, and you're right in it.
Rubio. Lloyd wants to drive. Lombardo was in his way, but they're gonna call a foul and he'll get 2 shots. Foul on Lombardo there.
Lloyd, not a great free throw shooter. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the line yesterday. He missed 2 in the third quarter. He misses another one, so this is gonna become an issue for Chile possibly. Still shooting over 70%, but when they really need the free throws in this half, they haven't been hitting them.
Both teams with early fouls here in the fourth quarter. He can't hit either of them. Opportunity presents itself for Panama. Lopez driving off the glass. What a play from Lopez, and he gives his team the lead.
And there was a ton of contact on that play. They easily could have called it and won, but credit to Panama and to Lopez taking the contact and finishing.
Chile looking to answer quickly. It's Carrasco. He's been the guy all afternoon. In the corner, Rubio can't hit it. Gunn with the rebound. Panama a chance to extend the lead. Gunn trying to push the pace a little bit. Pimentel's on him. Kicks it out, wide open 3. Lopez can't hit it.
And he has to be kicking himself right now. That's the best look he'll get all game long.
As he sort of taps himself on the arm, back the other way on the court saying, yeah, probably should have had that one. His team's still up, so no harm done as of right now. Iñaco will pull up, long 2 for Iñaco. Gunn back the other way. It continues to be back and forth basketball. Rue. Gunn lost the handle, but it's going to be off Rubio, and they will keep the ball with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. They'll have to get one off quickly. Lopez will inbound.
Look to try to see if they can get it back to Lopez quickly.
Maybe looking for Gunn off the inbound. Smart play from Lopez. He'll just put it off Pimentel. And we will do things again. 7:40 to play. Garibaldi quickly. Lopez right in his face says no. They did not have much time, so you had to get one off right away. Back the other way, making no mistake. Carrasco has been the man.
And he knows he's the man right now, telling it to his team that this is their game, up 4 against Panama. Carrasco has been the guy to keep them in this game.
51-47, they lead Team Panama, who just got to be thrilled with their performance here this afternoon.
Absolutely, but you know they want this win. They haven't been this close all tournament long. So for them, you're only down 4 with 8 minutes left. Even in a situation where we saw they were down by double digits in the third at one point, They still played tough, they hung on, and they got back in the game, eventually took the lead. But for Panama, you see Lopez with 17 points for them in this game right now. They've been getting a lot of their points from their starters, and it's looking like they're gonna have to keep that way of winning this game.
Leaders for Team Chile. Rubio, 12 points. Lorca Lloyd, 9 rebounds. And Carrasco has been the man for assists, but he's also gotten points as well, a man that we didn't see a whole lot from in their first 4 games of the tournament.
And for Carrasco, 14 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds in this game. He's been doing it all. We've seen that type of play from a guy like Varela for Chile. This time, it's Sebastian Carrasco.
Timeout over. Teams making their way back onto the court. Should be a very exciting 7 minutes and 26 seconds. This is game 2 of day 5 here at the 2018 FIBA U18 America's Championship at the Meridian Center here in St. Catharines. Team Chile against Team Panama, fighting for a date with Team Dominican Republic. Tomorrow in the 5th place game, the loser will play Ecuador for 7th and 8th place. Lopez, wide open 3, can't hit it. Is that one in and out? Iñaco. Carrasco. Just under 7 to go. Rubio. Into Lloyd, can't get it to go, but a foul's called.
And if you're Maxwell Lloyd, you have to continue to be aggressive. I know statistically you're not having your greatest game, 3 for 14 from the field, but you're getting rebounds, 12 rebounds already, and you know that you're still the biggest man on the court, so use that to your advantage.
Able to make the first one.
A rare make by Lloyd in this game, so maybe this one can get him going if he continues to get to the line.
Lead up to 5, maybe 6. Up to 6. Someone's got inbounded. It's going to be Rue. Garibaldi was open. Lombardo looking for someone. They're going to have to move the ball quickly. Gunn races up the court, and a good job to negate the 8-second count. And now putting it up off the glass, can't get it to go. Lloyd with the rebound. Quickly to Iñaco, who will find Lloyd. He'll put it up, no good. Carrasco with the rebound. He'll slow things down, back up top. Rue is on him. Saw a lane, was able to get there. Lloyd on the board. Going back up and drawing contact is number 11 in white. And Jonathan Andrade is making his way back onto the court. He'll replace Garibaldi. Lopez picking up the foul on that play. Little bit of foul trouble now for Team Panama. They're up to 3 in this 4th quarter, only 1 for Team Chile.
And Lloyd is starting to make his free throws. He's made his last 3. So for him, that's a good sign as he misses the last one, but still, making 3 of 4 is a lot better than missing your last 4.
And if you're Team Panama, you want to score right here. You don't want to be stopped. Lombardo will set a pick. Gunn thought about driving, decided to stop, and a good smart play by him. He'll draw contact, and he'll head to the line shooting 2.
It seems like every time we've watched Panama play in this tournament, John Gunn hits the floor 5 or 6 times a game, and I think it just credits the type of player he is. He's not afraid to take a hit for a charge or take that extra contact on a shot. He's not afraid to get himself in harm's way for the betterment of his team, and 2 opportunities at the line is what Panama needed right now.
First one missed. Yeah, you talk about hitting the floor. There was a big collision with him and Carlos Correa of the Dominican Republic. Gunn got the better of things as Correa had to be helped off the court, but both missed by Gunn. Yeah, you said it, maybe wear and tear starting to sink in for number 13 in red. 7-point lead for Team Chile. Lloyd going up off the glass. And a good timeout here from Team Panama. You got to figure out a way to settle things down and get some points on the board.
They took a timeout at some point in that third quarter, around the middle of the third quarter, and that's where they made that run to get themselves back in this game. It's going to be interesting to kind of see what they do when they come out of it, because they seem to be a little bit in a rut offensively.
56-47, a timeout on the floor. A timeout for us. We'll catch our breath and come back to the Meridian Center.
Now that's how to mop a floor quickly.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Center. Bench points playing a role. 20-5, Chile over Panama.
And Panama had 3 bench points at the end of the first quarter. Their bench has been completely non-existent in this game, but they're only down 9. Their starters have come and played well, especially John Gunn, Edward Lopez.
The only man on the floor that didn't start for Team Panama. Ooh! Might have gotten away with one there as Zephyrin Pimentel went down hard. Foul on Team Chile. It'll be Team Panama basketball underneath the basket with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. 5.5 to go in this contest. Again, out of bounds, Team Panama basketball.
Panama needs to be smart on this possession. They need something to get them going right now.
I said it before the timeout. They got to score. Get some points on the board, cut into the lead. Nice reverse there by Rue. A pretty play that was from number 7.
A guy who really hasn't done much for them in this game, only 3 points. For him to get a basket, get the ball moving a little bit more for Panama, that can help them in the final stretches of this game.
Iñaki sees a lane and is able to capitalize. Looks like Team Panama sort of defended against the pass and not the drive.
It's just coming too easy for Chile inside right now.
Oh, Lloyd says no, but they're gonna count the bucket.
Or no, I think they're gonna call a foul. Let's take a look at this one more time. That should be, it's definitely goaltending.
I think they did count it. 58-51 now for Team Chile, 7-point advantage. Panama sort of still sticking in it, but they got to get a stop here.
Varela came back in this game.
Rubio, in down low, what a pass. He's able to find Pimentel. Panama not getting it done on the defensive side, got to get it done on the offensive side. Lopez, he's been hot of late. Lombardo going up, floater off the mark, and the ball off the hands of Varela, out of bounds. It's a second opportunity for Team Panama as Lombardo limping at center court on his way to the bench.
Lombardo is going to have to come out of the game for Panama, and that's going to be huge for them because we've seen on the defensive side, they're starting to get attacked inside the paint. So even if they score on this possession, they're going to have to figure out a way to contain Maxwell Lloyd.
3 seconds on the shot clock, almost got it to go, was Gunn, and it's Zephyrin who checked in for Lombardo, quickly making an impact.
That's huge for them on the offensive end, but again, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do here. They have numbers, but Gunn with a great steal.
What a play, Chile had numbers, Panama sort of nonchalant back up the court. It's Rue. Maybe that's the stop they needed. Rue goes up, it's a 5-point game.
Rue on the big man too, Maxwell Lloyd
And we have
Chile's
a
kind
time.
of starting to, or not Chile, Panama's starting to build some momentum heading into the final stretches of this game.
They called a timeout. You called it off the timeout. They started scoring in the third off of one. They've started scoring in the fourth off of one. And now it's Team Chile's turn to figure things out.
And you have to be impressed with the way Panama's played in this game. We haven't seen this type of team in this tournament so far. They're playing tough the entire way through. One of the things we've been seeing from a lot of these teams like Panama, Ecuador, even the Dominican at times, is they can make these runs, but they can't really sustain them in this tournament. Panama, they're sustaining their success so far in this game. Yes, they're down by 5, but if I told you earlier on today that Panama would be down 5 with 3 minutes left, you probably wouldn't think it's true, but that's the situation that we're in right now.
They have been resilient all afternoon long, and yeah, the scores haven't been close for Team Panama, but they have hustled, they have shown heart, and they're diving for balls. They're taking that extra step they need to get buckets. It's just today, it's finally working out against Team Chile, who, yes, they haven't had the greatest game that they've played in the tournament, but they're still ahead by 5, so Team Panama got to keep getting stops, got to keep scoring buckets.
One thing to note, though, we still haven't seen Chile on the court in a defensive set without Jesus Lombardo and Maxwell Lloyd on the court. So we'll see what happens here. John Gunn got a great turnover on the previous possession, but we're figuring that eventually they're going to have to play some defense against the guy who's freakishly tall as Gunn with another steal.
It looks like Gunn was going to be playing Lloyd. Lloyd was wide open underneath the basket. Gunn recognized the play, came and picked off the pass. Number 13 showing signs of he wants to lead the way. Andrade can't get the shot to go. He continues to be cold from the field. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Rue along the sideline as Rubio was trying to make his way up the court.
And now Panama has to calm themselves down, settle down on the defensive side. It's okay to make risks at this point because you know that this is a situation you might not have expected to be in. But still, you can't take a silly foul in this possession because you know Chile's going to be going to the line from here on out.
Garibaldi comes in for Andrade. 4 team fouls for Team Panama. Team Chile has 3. 5, you're in the bonus. Carrasco. Great ball movement. Wide open off the mark there. He couldn't get the shot to go. That was Pimentel. Still a 5-point lead. Clock ticking down with just over 2.5 to play in this one. Rubio, shot clock down, can't get the shot off. A great stop and great defense from Team Panama.
If Chile wins this game, they have to shake Carrasco's hands. Every single one of those players. Another offensive rebound by Carrasco, a smaller guy.
And the officials getting together here, having a discussion. I don't know what about. Team Chile head coach calling for a foul. Maybe that's it.
There was no foul called on the court.
And I think the shot clock might have been expired anyways. And what do we got here? They come over to the scorer's table.
Like I said, though, right now, Carrasco for Chile has been incredible for them. He's been fantastic all game long, providing a spark on the bench for them. 14 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. What a performance.
No one really no idea about what is going on. Team Chile head coach has crossed half court and made his way over to find out what's going on. And they're gonna call the shot clock violation. Franco Lara very upset. Although we watched it, I think it's the right call. I didn't see a foul.
I think it was the right call. There was a lot of contact on Rubio, but that is not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the fact that this is now a 1-point game. Or a 3-point game, excuse me.
1 possession game. 60 to 57. It's amazing how quickly momentum can swing. A couple times Chile looked like they were gonna pull ahead. Oh, that might be it. Rubio taps his chest.
A big shot by one of the biggest players on that team, Kevin Rubio.
Gunn's gonna have to be the one to do it, him or Lopez. They've been hot. Mostly Gunn, double teamed. In the corner, that three nowhere near. Gunn, 3 men on him. That is all ball. He falls hard. Carrasco, Rubio had a wide open three, decided not to take it. Varela, Rubio, Carrasco, in down low to Lloyd. And we have some pushing and shoving. Oh, Lloyd getting into it there. Gunn was down. Frustration for whatever reason. They're up by 6. Down on the floor. Looks like it was Zephyrin, yes. Lloyd took him down. And the officials may have to take some time to sort things out as tempers flare here, late stages of the 4th quarter. Both these teams want this game badly.
And you know why? Neither of these teams want to lose, especially Chile, knowing your expectation was to win this game and or not even win this game, win the previous game against Puerto Rico. So the fact that they're now having to contest against Panama, I'm not surprised that frustrations are starting to grow for them.
Officials continue to discuss sort of when Lloyd was going up, a lot of red jerseys were underneath. Here's another look. Yep, Zephyrin may have given an extra shove, but not too much.
That has to be a technical on Lloyd.
It has to be. The officials are going to put the headset on.
And that's not what you want if you're Chile. You're up by 6. Rubio just hit one of the biggest shots of this game so far. It's a huge 3. And for Lloyd to do something like that, it's just, you have to keep yourself composed in a game like this. And Lloyd, who's shooting 4 for 16 from the field as well, you just expect better from him.
Both of these coaches using the chance to let their teams know what they want. Sort of an extra timeout with just under a minute and a half to go in the 4th quarter. Tempers have flared over. Lloyd pushing over Zephyrin as the officials will sort things out at the scorer's table. It's a 6-point lead for Team Chile. The winner has a date with the Dominican Republic tomorrow in the 5th place game. The team that falls here this afternoon will play Team Ecuador. The game at noon as the Team Chile head coach still at the scorer's table asking for explanations. He just won't give up until he gets a good reason that he likes, and if he doesn't like it, he'll let the officials know what he thinks.
And if you're Chile and Panama, this is a situation that slows the game down. You kind of have to stand around, do nothing. You can kind of mess around with the momentum of this game. If you're Panama, you're down by 6, you're gonna get the ball. But for Chile, just play good defense, settle down, because this is definitely...
Here's the call. So Zephyrin. Oh, that is not what you want to hear if you're Team Chile.
So Maxwell Lloyd has been disqualified. He's ejected. He's gone. So now they're going to have to finish this game without him. A key thing, though, a lot of focus is going to be on the disqualification of Maxwell Lloyd, but they're going to get to shoot. So Chile can extend this game and extend this lead.
Zephyrin with 2 fouls on the play as well. You can hear the Team Chile fans upset with it as well.
A frustrating exit for Lloyd because it's just been a frustrating game for him. Finishing with 14 points, 15 rebounds, 4 for 16 shooting. We'll see how this game closes now.
Looks like Iñaki will take the shots.
If you're Chile, though, you're in a great spot to win this game.
confusion and frustration all around as Lloyd will make his way to the locker room. If you're Team Panama, this is a gift.
But like I said, though, Chile's going to the line for shots.
No, for sure. And they could extend the lead to 8 with a minute and a half. It is doable, but very tough if you're Team Panama, because this Team Chile team still has many big guns that can get the job done late. What a finish we have in store. Team Chile, Team Panama. Winner gets the Dominican Republic. It's Lopez. He'll pull up from beyond the arc. Can't hit it.
And that was the shot that Panama needed with a minute 10 down by 8. It feels like this is kind of too much for them to handle, but without the height of Chile, could become an issue for them.
Ball out of bounds. It'll go the way of Team Panama. And we have less than a minute to go. Panama's got to score on this possession if they want a chance. Either make it into a 6-point game or a 5-point game. Either way, it will be a 2-possession game. Andrade, look for him to pass. On him is Carrasco. He's been the guy for Team Chile. Lopez, Team Panama's gonna have to shoot it quickly. Time is not on their side. Lopez, he'll draw contact. Good job by him. Get the clock to stop and get to the line for 2 free shots.
The issue with that possession, though, was that Andrade just held the ball way too long. I think that if Panama wanted a chance to win this game, they had to get the ball moving a little bit quicker, because now with 37.9 seconds left, even if he makes both of these free throws, which he makes the first, you're still gonna be down by 6. It's gonna be an issue.
And they don't have a foul to give. Both teams have 5 in this fourth quarter. It's important to make those first 2. It's a start, and it looks like Team Chile is gonna have a timeout to talk about things. Wow.
And if you're Panama, no matter what happens in this final 37 seconds, you have to be proud of how you played in this game so far. No one expected it to be this close, and for it to be a 6-point game with 36.9 left on the clock, still an opportunity, but you have to be proud of how you played.
What a finish it will be. The teams will catch their breath. Joe and I will catch our breath as we take a break. We'll come back to the Meridian Center with 37 seconds left to go.
Now that's how to mop the floor quickly.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Center. You see him, Maxwell Lloyd, if you missed it. He got disqualified and ejected from the game, and you see him giving it to the camera. He's like, yeah, I have no idea why I'm sitting here right now.
And for Lloyd, obviously frustration, because he was pushed by Zephyrin on that plate, but it was just a little too much for him. Obviously upset is Maxwell Lloyd, one of the leaders for Chile, but they have to be happy with where they kind of are in this game right now. Up 6, 37.1 left, they have the ball. This should be Chile's game to lose. We'll just see how the finish goes out.
Whose ball will it be? It's out of bounds and Chile will keep it. With 30 seconds left, a tall hill to climb if you're Team Panama, but it can be done. 2 3-pointers and it's tied, but stops are important. Gunn will foul up top and they'll automatically head to the line as both teams are in the bonus.
And that's really all you can do now if you are Panama. You have to send them to the line, pray that the free throws don't go in, and then you're gonna have to make some threes on the other side because there's not really enough time to go for maybe a quick 2.
4th foul for Gunn on the afternoon. First one made by Iñako. And that's huge, making it a 3-possession game. Free throws is what bit the Chileans in the butt yesterday as they fell to Team Puerto Rico 68-65 in a heartbreaker. Puerto Rico moved on to the World Cup and the semifinals. Team Chile is playing Panama right now. Gunn pass in down low, going up, and it finally drops for Zefrin. As they have another stop in action, Team Chile, another timeout.
And a good timeout by Chile, making sure that you're inbounding it on the outside, on the side, instead of underneath the basket. It's going to be a little bit easier to inbound it properly. So for Chile now up by 5 with 14.2 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be really tough for Panama to win this game.
Panama has shown heart, they've shown hustle. Been there all tournament long, it's just the results have not been there. But man, we're seeing a level of basketball Team Panama is playing today that we haven't seen in the tournament.
And that's one thing that we've been noticing in this tournament. A lot of people are going to compare Panama to Ecuador, the two teams that are unranked in this tournament. The difference between Panama and Ecuador in the tournament so far is that even though both teams have suffered a lot of blowouts, Ecuador, they've had leads going into halftime, up 17 against Chile, up 9 at one point against Argentina. They were competitive against the Dominican today going into the third. Panama, we didn't really see that. Even though they played hard, the results really weren't coming in. Now, down by 5 against Chile, they showed that they have a team that could possibly compete. And if they do face Ecuador, I think that would be a really interesting matchup to kick off tomorrow.
This is the most points they've scored in a game this week, 61. It reads on the big scoreboard above center court. The last 14.2 seconds of the contest. Carrasco has been a threat all afternoon long, but he is fouled on his way to the basket. And he will shoot 2 with his team up by 5.
Shooting 2 for Team Chile, number 8, Sebastian Carrasco.
And he hits the first one. Still a 2-possession game, but if he hits this one, it may be the icing on the cake. Second one, no good. They're gonna have to get a shot off quickly. Gunn quickly up the court, shoots. It's off the mark and out of bounds.
And with that shot missed,
that'll be it.
that's gonna be it.
The final buzzer sounds. Oh, what a game we had here this afternoon. 67-61, Team Chile defeats Team Panama. So it will be Team Chile against Team Dominican Republic. Tomorrow at 2:15, they will play for 5th place, where Team Panama will meet Team Ecuador in the 7th place game.
What a performance by both teams, especially Panama. A ton of heart in this game. They should be proud of the way they played. And for Chile, even though it was a rough start for them, they bounced back. They showed some character. They showed some heart. They didn't give up on this tournament despite the heartbreaking loss yesterday. And if you are Chile, you know going against the Dominican, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow, but you should still expect another win.
We saw frustration, we saw hustle, and we saw a lot of dedication. Chile gets the job done, 67-61. They defeat Team Panama. As take a look at the final statistics.
And looking at the statistics, Chile did not shoot the ball well from anywhere, even the free throw line at the end. But the key thing, 28 attempts at the line. That's what happens when you have so much size and there's not a lot of ways for you to contest it.
Even the rebounds becoming a difference. 48 for Team Chile, 38 for Team Panama, and Chile also moved the ball around quite a bit more as well.
And you expect that, especially because they just have more talent than Panama. There's a lot more guys that can get involved, which means you'll have guys to pass the ball to. But the story of this game for Chile, Sebastian Carrasco, 3.8 points average in this tournament. He scores 15 today, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. What a performance by him. A guy like Varela Arroyo, who didn't do much today, he was the guy almost averaging triple doubles. This time it was Sebastian Carrasco.
Lorca Lloyd also leading a number of those categories. You see him, he had the third most points on his team with 14. It's unfortunate for him he had to sit out the last couple minutes of this game as he was ejected.
And we're gonna have to see what that means for tomorrow.
Yep, yeah, that for Team Chile, you don't want that against a team like Dominican Republic, whereas you have Frink, he's 6'9", Soriano 6'11", so if they don't have Lloyd tomorrow, it may be a struggle. He provides the size, but today they got the job done, 67-61. We'll take a break, come back with an interview.
Now that's how to mop the floor quickly.
Welcome back inside the Meridian Center here in St. Catharines, Ontario. Well, he was the man of the last 2 hours for Team Chile. It's Carrasco. He's standing by with our own Anthony Gallo.
Tough victory tonight. You guys had to go right down to the wire for it. What was the difference tonight?
Una victoria trabajada, tuvieron que pelear hasta el final. ¿Cuál fue la diferencia hoy?
Bueno, sí, fue una victoria bastante trabada, por decirlo así. En el partido se nos presentaron varios obstáculos. Empezamos muy mal, después pudimos sacar el partido adelante. Si bien la clave se basó siempre en que mantuvimos la cabeza al frente y siempre quisimos ganar el partido. Yo creo que esa fue la clave más que nada.
It was a rough game, a little bit stuck at the beginning. We didn't have a good beginning as well. Then we moved forward, keep the heads up, and then the key was just to keep moving forward, and that was the key for the victory.
And what have you learned most from this tournament? And what does it mean to play for your home country and represent them out here?
¿Qué has aprendido en este torneo y qué significa jugar para tu país y para tu equipo en este torneo?
Bueno, jugar para mi país siempre ha sido un orgullo. Yo desde chico soñé con defender a mi país y hoy día lo estoy logrando. Entonces, bueno, muy agradecido del trabajo que he hecho a diario con mis distintos clubes, el día a día, que es lo que me ha llevado hasta acá. Si bien no logramos cumplir el objetivo ayer, que era ganar y clasificar al Mundial, pero bueno, nosotros vamos a darlo todo para poder quedar en un lugar más alto posible y dejar en lo alto al país, ya que aquí estamos jugando con varias potencias y lo hemos hecho bien hasta el momento, ya que antes a Chile no tenía el respeto que tiene ahora. Entonces creo que eso nosotros lo hemos ido ganando.
It's always a great pleasure. I'm really proud to defend Chile. It's been my childhood dream, and I'm really happy that I'm actually succeeding right now, all because of my hard work and all the help with my clubs back home. It's sad that we couldn't have the objective that it was winning yesterday, but from now on, our objective is to finish as high as we can and to keep improving and keep leaving the name of Chile as high as we can, taking into account that we were not a big basketball country a couple of years ago, but we've been working really hard and trying to put that name as high as we can now.
Gracias. Good luck.
Sebastian Carrasco, he said that he's always wanted to play for Chile growing up. Well, he made his country proud today. 15 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. 23 points off the bench. That was a difference for Chile in a victory today.
He'll celebrate a huge win. 67-61. Team Chile defeats Team Panama. They meet the Dominican Republic tomorrow afternoon. Winner finishes 5th. For Joe D'Agostino and all of our crew, I'm Reese Dumani. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you back here for the semifinals just after 6 o'clock.